Hey friends, I'm here just to share with you really quick some things that the Lord's been sharing with me, and I don't have things written down, and we're just flying by the seat of our pants, and I'm doing it from a place of transparency, which is what this ministry is founded on anyway, so let's go. I am in a season of transition right now, and the Lord has really been speaking to me, and it is a season to step in to do the things that the Lord has deposited in my heart for a very long time. And it has been a wrestle, maybe, because when you're so used to just fighting and fighting and fighting in the spirit for things all the time, sometimes it's difficult to learn how to just do instead. You know what I'm trying to say? And so, anywho, I talked to you a lot about surrender and the importance of surrender and what it looks like to come into the prayer room and say, Lord, if it's me, I don't want it. If it's you, I want it. Lord, rip everything out of me that's not you. You know, we talk about that all the time. And I spend a good portion of my prayer time doing that. And there has to come a point in our lives where we stop asking God for confirmation on the things that He's already told us, and we instead ask Him for courage and boldness to do what it is that He's asked us to do. And that is quite a shift. It is a wild shift. I am learning to come from a place of warring in the spirit over promise, and like going to battle in the spirit and asking God to purge your vessel and clean you and do all the things. And then there comes a moment where the Lord's like, okay, good job, now let's do the thing. And you're like, hold on, I don't think I can do the thing. I thought we were just going to talk about doing the thing for a little while longer, and then maybe I would feel more ready when you launched me out. And the Lord's like, when has this ever been about you? When has this ever been about you feeling ready? Like, no, you just need to be surrendered, and you need to be walking in obedience, and I will take care of the rest. Now, just the other day, I was talking to the Lord, and there were several people around me that were moving into the next phase of their life, and it was super exciting. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so many ideas. I have so many things that I can help with. I have so many things, and I'm like going through this in my head, just thinking like, oh, I could do this and this and that, And the Lord so kindly but so firmly spoke to me, and He was like, Crystal, here you go again. Dumping everything that I have given you into other people's dreams and other people's destiny and refusing to do it for yourself. Why are you so quick to believe things for other people, but when I speak to you and I ask you to go out and do, you constantly second guess yourself? Well, I had to repent because He was right, of course, and the Lord has talked to me about this several times, and I think I talked about this on a podcast a while ago called like The Temptation of Living Small. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, go back and listen to it, because I listen to it a lot. And just to summarize it, I was taking a shower one day, which is often where the Lord speaks to me, and I was just thinking like, yeah, I think I'm just like done just doing big stuff and like praying big, and I just want to be safe, and I want to be small, and I want to be okay with being small. And the Lord invaded my thoughts, and He was like, it is insulting to me when I have given you a big faith for a big purpose and you choose to live small. If I've asked you to live small and be content in that, then that's amazing. But if I have asked you to do these big things for me and you're refusing to do them because they're uncomfortable, it's insulting to me. It's like, okay, well, I am sorry. Okay, I guess we won't change the slogan to pray small and be comfortable, but we'll continue to keep it as pray big. And so the Lord just continually talks to me about these things, and I don't think it's talked about enough, because there are, whatever God calls you to do it, right? But there are people that I believe God has given things to do and to build and to plan and to start, and we're not doing it because we're terrified. Like, at the end of the day, that's what it is. There's fear that you're not going to be good enough, and you're going to fail, but really it all boils back down to trust in the Lord. Like, do you trust his character? Do you trust what he has said to you? Do you trust all of that? Because, for me, it's like, if I know that I can hear his voice clear enough to prophesy or see in the spirit over somebody, and I can stand on that and believe till the cows come home with that person, but the same voice speaks something to me in my quiet time, and I doubt it and doubt it and doubt it and doubt it. Why do we do that? Well, just the other day, the Lord was talking to me about relationship versus religion. And I've talked to you guys about this. My sweet friend Joanna sells a t-shirt. Deborah Unmuted is her ministry. Sells a t-shirt that says relationship over religion on it. I love to wear it when I go out and minister. And the Lord started talking to me again. And he was like, you are so used to me being a God of religion and a God that you can never quite please, and a God that you can never quite access, and a God that could never actually give you the things that I've said that I'm going to give to you, or that I'm going to use you for, because you're never going to be good enough. That is a God of religion, like constantly seeking to smite you. But I am a God of relationship. And when you come to me and you allow us to have this relationship where I'm cleansing you and I'm purging you and I'm leading you and I'm aligning you and I'm doing all of these things, when it's time for the birth and the promise and all of the things, you will lean into it because you'll trust me through the relationship that is our life. Like, that is what I want. That's what I've always wanted. I've never desired to be a God of religion that is unreachable. I mean, if we just think about the gospel in itself, just Jesus coming so that we can have access to the Father, so that all of that can be restored. It's life-changing. And I grew up in the church. I'm so thankful for my heritage and my upbringing. But it's been a form of religion my entire life. And breaking beyond that and understanding that God wants a relationship with us is insane. It has been difficult. So I know that if I am going through this, that probably some of you are too. And sometimes it helps to just hear somebody else put words to the things that you're experiencing. But I need for us to know, and I'm preaching to myself today, I need for us to know that God desires for us to be whole and healed, and he desires to give us good things. He doesn't desire just to lord over us our whole life and strike us with a lightning bolt anytime we step out of line. I was in a service, I'm trying to say this and not cry, called Women of Fire down in Florida a couple months ago. And I was at the altar, and the Lord was I was just worshiping. I'm like, God, you're so cool, right? It was amazing. It was in a room with 2,000 women who were literally on fire for the Lord. These were not complacent women. These were women pressing in prayer. They were interceding. You could just feel the faith in the room. It was life-changing. And I was at the altar, and I was just worshiping the Lord, and I was down on my knees, and I went into a vision. And it's kind of hard to explain, but I saw the globe, and I saw the Father sitting like up above the globe, like Jesus kind of sitting up above. But when we see Jesus, we see the Father, right? So it's like I was seeing the heart of the Father, but I was seeing Jesus sitting up above the globe. And with his love, he was pulling and drawing people to him from all nations, from all tribes. And these people were like looking up to the heavens, and they were feeling on the inside of them like this love, and it was pulling them to the Father. And I got to experience like this envelopment of the love of the Father that he has for his people. And it completely wrecked me. Completely wrecked me. And the Lord was like, this is just a little bit, like, of the measure of love that I have for my people. And experiencing that, it's like, man, if God gives us a word, a promise, a desire to help people, to work in ministry, to be the best person that you can at your job, to love on people, to be the best mother that you could possibly be, to pour out on people in the local community, to reach the ends of the globe with the gospel. He's giving that to you. Why in the world would you think that he wouldn't see you through? The process is hard. The labor is hard. The aligning is hard. The purging is hard. It's all really, really hard. But God sustains us. Just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, he doesn't leave us in the fire. He doesn't leave us in any of it. But what he does is he strengthens us, and he teaches us his character and his faith. Strengthens our faith by teaching us his character in these trials. That we know that it's not us. It's his goodness and his love and his sustaining power that leads us from glory to glory, from valley to mountaintop. And when we can trust in that, then we can really take our hands off of the details and be like, Lord, I don't know how you're going to do this, but I give you my full yes and my full surrender. And the caveat in giving the full surrender is not surrendering it for somebody else's thing, for somebody else's dream. The best friends in my life that I have right now that were sent to me by the Father are people that are like, Crystal, I would never let you drop what God has given you to birth just so you can come over and help me. Like, you know what I mean? There is just such a camaraderie in actual kingdom relationships where you can actually help each other and continue to hold what it is that God has given you to hold and birth and carry. And it creates a beautiful network of the bride of Christ when it's done the right way with the right posture of heart. And I think it's hard for us to realize that because we haven't seen it. At least I haven't. I have not seen it modeled, but I'm getting to walk it in real time and link arms with other men and women across the globe that have the same posture of heart. And we're able to carry and birth and deliver what God has given us while linking arms with the people beside us and saying, I refuse to let you drop this, and I'm going to pray and I'm going to cover you, and we're going to do this together. You're not alone. So I don't know what it is that God has on your heart, but I need you to know that it takes surrender and it takes obedience. And in the obedience will be difficult, but it will be worth it. But you have to make sure that when push comes to shove and when it gets hard, that you don't surrender the thing that God has given you, because it's easier to lay it down and help someone else than it is to bear down and bring forth what God's given you. Because when it's the right alignment, you'll be able to do what God has for you and hold hands of the sisters and brothers that he's placed beside you. We got this. Let's keep going.